Hey guys, I'm Sartorial Phil. Welcome back to my channel. This is another runway review. This is for Dior Men's by Kim Jones, and this is their Summer 2020 collection. The collaboration here is with an American artist, Daniel Arsham, collaborating on his Future Relic collection. So you can see with the set design, the Dior letters are based off of his sculptures. I think his actual sculptures are made of plaster and then he has bits of glass in it. It's like these sculptures have been worn away and then you see these crystals inside of it. And there's actually a few pieces in the collection that have this look as well. So I'm going to go through all the looks and I'm going to try to show some of the details, mostly on the accessories. And this is the first look. It kind of feels similar to his fall-winter show. So as expected, it's tailoring. It's a jacket or a suit. And then there's this scarf-like detail that runs along one of the lapels, and it looks like it's a satin silk material. Also, there's a necklace that has Dior, which goes through the collar, and then you have these new kind of white boots. The second look is pretty similar, except the blazer is a long coat, and then there's a steel blue satin shirt, and you see that scarf detail along one side as well. And there's also a new bag here. It's a collaboration with Runway. Basically, it looks like a mini suitcase, and I'm sure it's made out of aluminum. And it reminds me of his wallet clutch during his Louis Vuitton tenure, but this one does have a shoulder strap. It also reminds me of what Runway has done with other collaborations, like with, I think it's pronounced Aesop. They did a travel case. This was pretty expensive, but probably that case is a very similar size, but it's not meant to be worn as a crossbody bag, but it had a similar effect. And so my one opinion on that is it didn't read as luxe to me. I know Runway is considered like a luxury suitcase company, but it's just something with the material and the design that makes it feel kind of basic. The next look has a similar detail from fall winter, with the fabric coming out of the suit. And then the lapel is actually decorated with something that Chris Van Ash did. This next look has that same lapel pin, and it has that necklace. And it's a pretty standard kind of suit blazer look, and there's a blue Runway case as well. And it's the same as the one before, it's just he's not wearing it as a crossbody bag. And then here is pretty much the same look as the fall-winter, except the scarf is dipped in dye, so it has a slight gradient effect at the edge. This now transitioning to one of his new styles. I thought these looks were really beautiful. It kind of looks like watercolor, and the shirt is semi-sheer. I see that as a huge trend for spring-summer collections. And I also felt like that pattern reminded me of Iris Van Herpen, who's known for these kind of stepped gradient designs. I couldn't find any connection with the show or with Kim Jones and her, so I don't think it was a collaboration. It doesn't look the exact same, however, I do feel like there's a spirit of it there. And then this next look has that kind of watercolor design as well, but this is in a belted trench. And then you have a sheer t-shirt with that design as well, and with what looks like metallic pants. This one has a double colored sheer shirt. At first I thought it was a short sleeve shirt, but it's actually a long sleeve. It's just that the dye cuts off at where a t-shirt would normally end in the arms. And then you have the Alix collaboration still with the belt. And then another Runway collaboration with this, looks like a cooler for a champagne, but it has the oblique Dior design on it. And it also has a blue, like an icy blue gradient fade. And I think this is paying homage to LVMH, like the other side of it, which is Moet Hennessy, where they own several champagne cellars. So this next look has another Runway case, but you can see on the strap it says Christian Dior. I believe is a jumpsuit, has the design that Kim Jones did, or a very similar design that he did for his last spring summer show, except it was like in gray and white, but this one's in blue and white. The next piece is the same pattern, And I actually met this model in Ambush Design Workshop in Tokyo and actually took a picture with him, which is on my Instagram. He's holding a saddlebag, but it's in a new treatment. It's like a icy blue gradient, which is similar to the champagne case that was shown earlier. And then what's cool about this look is more the accessories again. So the hat, this is, I guess you can say, a collaboration with Daniel Arsham because it's worn away. And it's interesting when you look at the details of it. It's actually held together by it looks like an elastic black strap in the back in order to keep it on. He's holding on to another Rimowa case with the blue gradient and the oblique design on it. Then this next look pays homage to John Galliano when he did his newspaper print, which was pretty popular. And I think it was also popularized by Sex and the City when the main character wore a dress. I think it was in the show with the newspaper print. And then he, of course, made it into other accessories as well. And that's also shown in the saddlebag as well. It's printed on the saddlebag. I'm not totally sure if I like this just because it has been done and it's such a signature element of John Galliano and Christian Dior back when he was a creative director of women's. So I mean, it's cool that it's paying homage, but I'm not 100% sure I like it today. And then this next look continues that newspaper design on the shirt and the shorts. And then that small Dior case that he's wearing around his neck also has that future relic design on it. Not sure what it can really fit. It's pretty small. This is another jacket that's see-through, looks like it's vinyl with the newspaper print. And he's holding on to a small, I don't know what you would call it, like a coin purse maybe. I think it's some kind of, it looks like a basketball. This long sweater is really cool. Like it's almost like a trick to see how that crack was able to be made without this sweater falling apart. And I'm pretty sure it's like a mesh backing, so it's see-through but it's still solid. And then this is back to the watercolor effect, but this is a larger placement and it's in orange. And he's wearing, I think this is a new silhouette. It's kind of plain, but the locking mechanism has C and D on it, which is unique, of course, to Christian Dior. And then the next look is like a short sleeve version of that shirt. Actually, this is probably a jumpsuit as well. This one has probably the standout bag, and I'm not sure if this might be hard-sided or not, but it has the oblique pattern that is stamped on it, and it also has the future relic design as well. So I'm pretty sure it's probably not fabric and it has to be some sort of sculptural material. And then this look, it's hard to see the details on this long coat, but it has like the saddle details and like that trench coat detail with the flap on one side. And then this is the new bag silhouette, but this is a larger version and it has a top handle. And you can see that C and D closure here a little bit more clearly. And it does have the oblique print on it as well, but it's like a tone on tone, or it might even be like a raised effect on leather. So this next look is like a half blazer cut, and it actually buttons to the back of it, which is kind of interesting. It's a simple design, but it does seem pretty new, and it also has that lapel pin. This next look is pretty much the same as fall winter, just different colors and with the dipped gradient effect, but this one's in a fuchsia color as opposed to the blue as we saw earlier. And then this piece is similar to, I think, the first two looks, except that accent over the blazer, that scarf is like a bright pink color as opposed to the kind of steel blue in the beginning. And then the bag that he's holding was in the fall winter show, but this one has that future relic design on it. And I think this might be considered a phone case. Like the size and shape of it makes me think of a phone case. The model in the fall winter show, I think, wore it around their neck or as a crossbody bag. And then this next look has that kind of bright salmon fuchsia color. Other than that, I think it's pretty standard. This look, the hat is kind of, I think, safari inspired. And then I think he's wearing a backpack, but I don't remember seeing the back view of it. But I do know that for this show, they have backpacks that were the same as the spring summer shows. It's just that it's in different colors. Like the one he's wearing now is probably the white version. And then he's also wearing a similar like salmon pink colored Rimowa crossbody bag. And then this one, he might be wearing a backpack as well, and he also has the Dior ring for this season, as well as the Alix collaboration belt. This is another kind of safari look. It really reminds me of Louis Vuitton when he was there as the menswear creative director. And then the pocket has that saddle design on it as well. This one has that a kind of a new bag silhouette, I guess. The top is a saddle, but then it's deeper, so the shape's a little bit different. If you look at the strap, it has that same mechanism that was in Virgil's show on the back of one of his blazers, and it's like the kind of hardware you see in the back of a photo frame if you wanted to hang it on a wall. And then this is more of that safari cap, like wind cap as well, but it has, I think, the Dior oblique design on it. And then he's hand carrying the bag that was on the previous look, but this one is a larger version that includes a top handle. And then here we saw this extra flap design that was in a previous look, but this is on a shirt. And then it looks like on his belt he's wearing an AirPod case. So this has that flap design as well, which is similar to the saddle shape, and then beneath it looks like he's wearing another newspaper print. This is another like dust-proof or wind-proof cap or headgear, and then he has a round duffel bag. It looks like it's nylon material, similar to what he did for fall-winter. And then here is that bag is definitely from his fall-winter design, but this is just in a different color. And then the collars, he did something like this for the spring-summer show as well, where he's using the oblique design in a different layer of the coat. And then this piece definitely reminds me of Louis Vuitton when he did like full croc jackets, and it's shaped similar to this. And then he's holding on to a full-size, I would say like a cabin-size Rimowa luggage. And the next look is another croc, and this jacket shape pretty much you can buy at Louis Vuitton as well. I've actually seen it, but this is just in white. So here, I think he's wearing like a hard-sided Rimowa backpack. I didn't really see other pictures of it, and he's also wearing a jumpsuit. So this is a new print that includes the future relic objects in some of them. If you look closely, as the Dior as well as the objects on it. And I do really like this print, so this is something I would be interested in getting, because it's typographic, but then it's looks like artwork as well. And then he's wearing like a nylon belt bag, but this is larger than the one shown before, but it's a similar material. And he's probably wearing a backpack too, but it's the same design as from spring summer. This next look has that print as well, and I do think these are separates. It's not like a jumpsuit, which is good because I don't think I could ever pull off a jumpsuit. And then he's wearing a black version of the Rimowa crossbody bag. And then this is actually another model I met. I didn't talk to him though, but he was at the ambush workshop at the same time as the other one I pointed out. And this coat I think was already shown previously, but this is just in a gray color. But this you can see more clearly of the clean lines. It looks like a bonding technique that doesn't require stitching, but you can see the saddle details on the left chest pocket, or his left chest pocket. And then you can see an oblique mock turtleneck shirt below it, or beneath it. It wasn't too standout to me, but it's using a very contrasty black and white Dior oblique print, and then another Rimowa case, but just in black. And you can see the oblique design more clearly on this one since it's in black. This look I thought was pretty standard, but it has the larger size of that kind of new bag silhouette he was using that has the C and D as the locks. And it reminds me kind of the toolbox silhouette he did for Louis Vuitton, but the toolboxes they were heart-sided, and this one seems more like a semi-rigid with leather. This bag he's shown before, but this one is in croc. You can kind of see the CD detail on the closing mechanism as well. And then this look is, again, the similar bag, but this is just the larger version. This coat was in one of the previous looks already, where it fastened underneath the lapel. And it seems like he's carrying what could be a heart-sided clutch that has the Future Relic design on it. It's pretty flat though, so I don't know if the shape is going to be too interesting. And then this is the same jacket or coat with the lapel pin, and then with this new kind of newish bag design but in black. And then here is a look similar to the first one, and with his one button double-breasted blazer he introduced for spring summer, just in a different material and color. And then this next look is, I thought, pretty plain. We've pretty much seen it in this show in the looks before, just in different colors. The same with this look, the single button double-breasted suit, but in like a satin material. And then here is the final look, which is again really similar to the look before it. And that is all of the looks. So thanks for watching. If you want to continue to watch, I'm going to be showing the final walkthrough, which has all the looks go out. And I'm going to be posting on Instagram as well, just like I did with the Virgil or the Louis Vuitton show, where I select some of these details. And just like the Louis Vuitton men's show, I'm interested to hear what you think. So thanks again for watching. Subscribe for more videos, and I hope to see you in my next one.